This is lesson 6, and we're going to look at the volumes of pyramids and cones. Now, I asked you to watch 2 videos, and I have the images over here on the right. So the first video involved cylinders and cones, and the second video involved a square-based pyramid and a rectangular prism. Now, if you were in class, I would have done this with you live, but you're not, so that's why I had the videos for you to watch. And the purpose was to compare volumes of shapes that have the same base and same height. So the cone that you saw had the same base as the cylinder, and they also had the same height. And you would have seen how many cones does it take to fit in a cylinder. And then we did the same thing here with the square-based pyramid. And this square-based pyramid, the base of the pyramid is the same as the base of the rectangular prism, and also they have the exact same height for both. Okay, and you would have saw that it took 3 cones to fill up the cylinder, and it would have been 3 square-based pyramids to fill up the square prism. And for the last one, we didn't have a video, but you would have seen the same thing, that it took 3 triangular pyramids to fill in a triangular prism. So the conclusion is the volume of any pyramid, so go ahead and write this on the line with me, is the volume of that shape's corresponding prism divided by 3. So we can take the prism formula and just divide it by 3 in order to get the pyramid. Now let's just remind ourselves the difference between a prism and between a pyramid. So we have here that prisms, if we look below, they want us to circle the shapes that are prisms. So remember from our last 2 lessons that they have to have parallel polygon bases. So I know that for this cylinder, I have a circular base and a circular base. So I know that's going to be a prism. So I'll circle it. As I go across, I have a square base and a square base. So I know that's a prism. Here I have a square bottom, but I don't have one on top, so that's not a prism. Here I have a rectangular base and a rectangular top, so that's a prism. Here I have a triangular base and a triangular top, so that's a prism. Here I don't have a bottom and a top, a base or a top, so that can't be a prism. And this only has a top, no base, so that can't be a prism. So we circled all the shapes that are prisms, and the volume of the prism, remember, was area of the base times the height. We already learned that in our last 2 lessons. Now let's take a look at pyramids. So for pyramids, we're going to go ahead and underline the shapes that are pyramids. So I only have 3 left to look at. And the pyramid will have a base and it'll come to a point. So this is a pyramid. Here it has a base and it comes to a point. Now this technically is a cone and not a pyramid, but it fits in with the same family for the definitions. Here we have a sphere and it doesn't fit into the category of prism or a pyramid, so we'll just leave that alone. All right. It says volume of a pyramid equals volume of a prism divided by 3, and we saw that in the investigation. Let's turn the page now and do some examples. So we know that this figure is a prism, and the formula for that is length times width times height. I can also write it without the time symbols and just go length times width times height, LWH. And I see that I have a length and width of 10. So I'm going to go ahead and just write the corresponding variables that match those values. And then 12 is the height. And now we'll sub it in. So it'll be 10. I'll change that back to black. That's going to be 10 times 10 times 12. So 10 times 10 is 100. Times 12 is 120 centimeters cubed. And we look at rounding instructions, it says round to the nearest tenth if needed. So in this case, we didn't have to round it. Now what we have here is we have our square base, 10 by 10, that makes this a square right here. And over at the other side, I also have a square base on my pyramid. And so we don't call the square base length and width on a pyramid. We call it B for the base of the pyramid. And because that they're both 10, they're both called B. Now we can see here I have the height of my prism is the same as my height over here, and we still call that H. So now the formula for the square-based prism is we take our length times width times height and just divide it by 3. But we have different letters here for L and W. We have B times B. And if I have B times B, that's the same as B squared. So that's what we're going to write in the formula. So it's B squared times the height. All right, let's go ahead and sub in our values. So B squared, that's going to be 10 squared times the height, which is 12. And then that answer will be divided by 3. So we'll start by doing 10 squared. 10 squared is 10 times 10, which is 100, times 12, divide by 3. Now I'll solve the numerator. 100 times 12 is 120. And then that answer is divided by 3. And we'll finish it up. 120 divided by 3 is 40 centimeters cubed. And interestingly enough, this is the volume of our prism, 120, and look what we have in the numerator here. So that's the volume of the prism and divided by 3. It's just like what we saw in the investigation, where we could have 3 pyramids to fit in that rectangular prism over here. Okay, and in the formula we see that where it has the 120 in top and then is divided by 3. All right, let's take a look now for a cone and a cylinder. So let's start with the cylinder. We know the cylinder formula is V equals pi r squared h. Okay, we remember that pi is 3.14, and that gets multiplied by the radius. Now some students might take 16 and put that into the formula, but I see that I have not a radius, but a diameter. So I know the diameter is 16 millimeters. That means that the radius is going to be half that, because remember, radius is just from the center to the edge, so the radius is 8 millimeters. And so I'll make sure I substitute in 8 instead of the 16. And that radius is squared times by the height, which is 15. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put that in my calculator. So I have 3.14 times 8 to the exponent 2 times 15. And my answer is 3,014.4 millimeters cubed. And it's already to the nearest tenth, so I don't have to worry about rounding. Now let's take a look at number 3 here. Number 3 has a radius of 8, and that is the same from our cylinder. And it has a height of 15, which is the same as my height on the cylinder as well. So we know that I can just take this answer of 3014.4 and divide it by 3, and I should get my cone answer. But let's go ahead and use the formula. So the formula for a cone is pi r squared h. That looks familiar, right? That's our cylinder formula, and we take that formula and just divide by 3. So pi r squared h, we already have it over here in our other question, so we'll just write it down. 3.14 times the radius is 8 times the height is 15, and then that answer is divided by 3. Now I don't have to calculate this because I already have the answer over here, 3,014.4 millimeters cubed. Now I don't want to put the units in yet, because we got to remember that's not our final answer. For the cone, we have to take that prism volume and divide it by 3. All right, so now I'll go to my calculator and we'll do 3014.4 divided by 3, and I get 1,004.8 millimeters cubed. Okay, and that completes our example. So I did an example of the cone, an example of the square-based pyramid. On the next page, we have our worksheet. So you are going to do these questions here, and I believe it's just on the one page. Okay, remember to look back at my examples to help you.